All right, I'm gonna reassemble the horn today. I believe this is the left hand. Yeah, the driver's horn. So, got everything cleaned up, painted. I've decided to go ahead and I've got a couple of gasket sealer options. This Ultra Blue gasket maker, Permatex, and then this Permatex High-Tack gasket sealant. I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's removable, but it also appears to be waterproof, so who knows if that'll come into play in the future. I think I've got it laid out here the way it needs to be. And here we go. This one says to apply the gasket sealant to all surfaces. The actual vibratory plate there in the middle, I've already coated with the WD-40 silicone spray, just trying to protect it from rust. I hope to never see the inside of these horns again, but this sealant supposedly stays tacky for life, never hardens. It allows you to move the gasket and reattach it, but I have a feeling this is going to be a very messy proposition. You like my music? I think I'm going to go ahead and coat the edges here, even though it doesn't call for it, just to help. All right. Whew. It's one surface. I've also coated the inside of this area with silicone. Just rubbed it on. I didn't spray it in there. Again, just to help prevent rust. Stuff reminds me of PVC solvent. Smells like it too. Alright. I'm sure this is exactly how they did it in the old factory days. One at a time, very meticulous. The prongs are back here. I'm not going to touch that. The two flat edges are aligned on the sides, I would call it. There's a hole up here. That's the breather hole for when the plate is resonating. There we go. Ooh, that's sticky stuff. Suppose if this doesn't work, the only issue might be is if I align that resonating plate up wrong and it's touching one of the sides of the hole that it sits in, and it's not allowed to resonate. Upon my dry run testing, that wasn't the case. But with this gasket sealer, I'll be able to loosen the screws and reset it, and maybe tweak that a little bit. Trying to avoid getting any on the, I'm calling it a resonating plate, but I'm not sure what it really is. And I definitely don't want to cover up that hole, because that's where the air is allowed to travel from one chamber to the next. I'm pretty sure you need that in order for the whole concept to work. This little hole in the plate right here is the one I'm referring to, right there. This was originally riveted together, but I'm not going to attempt that based on others' recommendations of it being a challenge to get right. I'm using screws and acorn nuts. All right, that's done. That's the metal plate. That's pretty well lined up. There's the breather hole. I got a bit on that right there, but I don't think that's going to matter. All right. Using the pick to do a last minute alignment. Using number 6 screws. These may be temporary until I decide if I'm going with brass or a stainless steel, but we're getting the gasket and everything sealed up. All I can say is I hope it toots, so I don't have to disassemble all this and start over. So I bet you this gasket sealant is a bear to clean off.
Courtship, performed by the Vince Ector Organ Acme Trio Plus on KNTU, with Ector on drums, Bruce Williams on soprano saxophone, Paul Ballenbach on guitar, and Pat Bianchi on B3 organ. Before that was Arts Groove, performed by the UNT Jazz Singers.
And while this is setting up, I will go down and pick up the other horn from Darren's house where it's being painted. My whole house intercom started to work yesterday. For some reason it stopped working 10 years ago and it's just been sitting on the wall. But lo and behold, yesterday it decided to go back to functioning. So I'm enjoying my music out here in the garage without the need for Wi-Fi streaming service. This is the old-fashioned over-the-air radio broadcast. Pretty cool stuff. If you've been patient with me and watched some of my other videos, you realize I'm kind of meticulous, but it takes a while. Hello, Birdie Bird, the cat. Before I put the other 3 in, we'll do a test toot. See what we get. I'm sure I'm going to have to use some sort of solvent to clean that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put the other 6 in. And the other 3 in, make it a complete 6 because there's too much of a gap. And it may not work. I'll speed this up later on, obviously, so you don't have to sit there and watch me put in hardware. Pretty sure you're confident to put hardware in by yourself, right? And by the way, I'm sure all of you are at least as confident and competent as I've declared to be regarding Jaguars. Jaguars, XKE coupes, E-type coupes. This last one, I've got to go in from this direction. So in the final assembly, I'm not sure which direction I'll go, but hey, bird. Got a smaller screw here I'll use. Maybe I can get in there. It's not going to be worth it. I'll do it on the last assembly. So if this works, I'll go in from that direction, but just to hold it together. My cat Birdie's just staring at me, wondering what the heck I'm doing. Okay. I think somebody sat around the factory in the old days and assembled these one at a time. I wonder how fast they were by the end. Surely much faster than me. Okay, we should give it a toot. I'll be back.